Really from the moment that we heard what was happening here, which was sort of mid-late April, our county team set up a dedicated team of DSS workers and mental health workers, 7 different individuals who are primarily focused on supporting the residents here through their transition. So I wanted to make sure we had some of our members here. After we speak today briefly, we'll go in again and have another visit with the residents just to make sure, as we've been doing for particularly the last few months, but even going back, that we're continuing to engage and support them. Look, I think we're here today because what's been happening and what's happening now at Chiz's is tragic. It's heartbreaking. The individual stories of the residents are particularly heartbreaking, and coming out, especially the last 16 months of challenge across our county, we have a moral obligation to care for every single one of our residents, but especially the most vulnerable residents in our community, and many of them were and still are residents here at Chiz's. So we're here today as a team to make sure we communicate really to the residents of Chiz's that we're here to support you, and that we want to continue to do that along with great community partners and other leaders in our community to really make sure, at the end of the day, I think our goal is to make sure that nobody's really left without support, and particularly without a home, but also without the critical mental health and other services and supports that they need. I also want to make clear that no one who is a resident or has been a resident at Chiz's can legally be forced to leave. That is not happening. There's been talk and reports of intimidation or reports of folks being told they need to leave. That is not acceptable. We are not going to let that happen. I know in particular tomorrow there's been a mark put on the wall. No one has been served any eviction, and because of that, and also because it's the morally right thing to do, we're going to take the time to make sure every single resident is able to be rehoused and get the support that they need, and that can't happen overnight. Originally, there were approximately 69 residents that lived here. The vast majority, thankfully, have been rehoused or are in the process of being transitioned. But we still have somewhere between 12 and 15 residents, and we're partly here today to continue to solidify that, who need help.
Obviously, there's only 2 things that the sheriff's office can do. One is to, if there's a court order and a warrant to evict, which we do not have, and the other is to possibly investigate any illegal evictions, which we've had 1. We have not had anything in the courts for this location. I think the important thing here is that everybody's trying to work together to a solution to help these folks find another place. Now, I was in here yesterday. I can tell you that the living conditions in this building are not good. They're just not. And we need to do better for folks like this. And I know that that's what everybody here is intending to do.